Hey all, this is Xenoxis doing another vlog. Gonna be just double checking here. I'm recording in 1080 this time and stuff that. This is actually going to be quite a special video. Oops. I didn't know even if you could hear that, but yeah. Some things going on, or quite a lot of things going on actually. Damn it. I probably need to have it like that so you can hear it more easily. Recently I decided to, check some things out, and I found out I'm actually using less lighting down the camera because there's a thing that goes in and does stuff like try to compensate for like low light in a room. So now, because there is a lot of light in the room from that window, I thought about blocking the window with one of my bags, like with the shop bag and stuff that. Anyway, one thing you might notice if I move out of the way here, you might notice there are like boxes over there. Like boxes in the background, like back here, box here. Yeah, so this box used to be in there. There is a wardrobe kinda over there in that direction. I'm putting the arm. You cannot see it, but yeah, there's a wardrobe there, and I needed to move this table a shit ton in that direction to be able to get the stuff out from that. So in the lower one, which used to be on top before, there's a bunch of PlayStation 1 games and PS2 games, and in the top one there's a lot of PC games. Not all of my PC games, because I don't remember where I put all the CD-ROM ones. But yeah, it was actually surprising though to see how many PC games decided to be like, yeah, we're gonna make the game like, or we're gonna make it like, make it so that it is, make it so that it's like, how do you put it, so it's like, how many games on PC were still CD-ROM, because it was a bit stupid, right? So when the PS2 came out, I think in, what was it, 1999, 2000, 2001, something like that, when the PS2 came out here in Europe, the majority of the PS2 game, even on release, were DVD. Of course, the Quake one, the Quake game, which by the way was based on Quake 3, was actually really, really good on PS2, but that one was on CD-ROM, and that made it had really, really bad load times. That was the only problem with that game, and stuff like that. So yeah. But yeah, so there's a lot of games I have here, and you can definitely see, that I played a lot of, different games and stuff that, so we got like Civilization 4 here, we have Company of Heroes, Unreal Tournament, 3, basically. The third one was, of course, more like Gears of War inspired. Unreal Tournament here, 3. That came out in... Why did they make that text so small? They make the text so small all the time. If you look on the back, like, the text is like super, super small there. 2007 sounds about right. Because these are all like the ones that are DVD and stuff that I put in a special place. Yeah, this double box with the Company of Heroes was really, really good, because it got like Dawn of War also as well with it. There is Civilization 4. I still prefer this over Civilization 5, by the way. And I don't know why, I just like the way the leaders are in this one more than in 5. But yeah, some games here. I'm gonna put out some of these here just to show and stuff that's here. Here we have Conan, Hydorian Adventures. This was of course 18 plus, 30 days free included. And yeah, and I have the manual and stuff for everything. So yeah, here you Conan. really good MMO. Black Ops. That was the only Call of Duty I had really on PC. Except one of the Call of Duties had like an older Call of Duty with it that was on PC. Left 4 Dead 2. Going over the games. Crisis, yeah. Special edition. Yeah, this boss was pretty badass. Ooh, shiny. And then on the back there, and this was like a steelbook thing. So yeah, it had 2 discs, so it had bonus features and music, like 2 special discs. And then the game disc was there. It had an instruction manual. It had a bonus vehicle that you could use. It also had like a special art book here as well, so pretty nice. It was very nice. RE4, which had a more cooler, this I need to actually install again, because this you can actually mod and you can make it like super mega HD and stuff. That you can make the PC version, you can make it look like the GameCube version but in HD, something which you cannot do on console. Those versions are not based on the GameCube, those are based on the PS2 version, which by the way, the PS2 version did look good, but the GameCube version had like a certain warm filter to it. And I'm not talking about having warm color on the TV. Yes, you can set the color to warm on TV to make the color more warm, but in the PS2 version the colors were muted. There were a lot of like gray browns, but if you look at how colorful the GameCube version of RE4 looked, and in the PC version when this came out, it was really bad at first with how things looked just abnormally bright and stuff like that, but now they're all like mods and stuff you can get to make it look pretty good. Then here we have some Quake 4. Quake 4 was really good. Quake 4, yeah. I loved Quake 4, by the way. Titan Quest, way. Yeah, boy. Couldn't have thought San Andreas. I only had 2 of the ones on what do you call it, on PC, and that was San Andreas, and because I couldn't wait for Vice City basically, so I got that on console. This was really cool how this was the instruction blocket, but also where the game was inside there with Officer Turnpenny, and then you had like a map here, kinda a bit like a map. You had a cool back here, you know, a city guide, you know, San Andreas. This was a really cool instruction manual. I mean, they always made really good ones, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, like Rockstar knew what they were doing. Oh man, this is a piece of ass to get. There we go. I got it in properly. That's a whole game. It's all about the games I played. I got this mega heavy thing, so this one was really cool. 12 Command & Conquer games on a single DVD. Command & Conquer the first decade, and this had Command & Conquer and all of the expansions for that. Command & Conquer Red Alert and Command & Conquer Generals. It's what it had in it. And stuff like that. And this one was pretty crazy because this one was a DVD. So you had bonus DVD, and you had the game DVD. You had the CD keys for Command & Conquer the first decade, Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun, Red Alert 2, Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge, Command & Conquer Renegade, Generals, and Generals 0 Hour. And then they go over the different structures in the different games. So yeah, this one I should definitely probably install again because it looked really good. But of course I have more Command & Conquer stuff, because before I got this I actually got a bunch of the Command & Conquer games. So here we got all the Command & Conquers. Because as you saw on that, it didn't include all of the Command & Conquer games. It, as I said here on the back, included Command & Conquer the first decade, Tiberian Sun, Red Alert 2, Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge, Command & Conquer Renegade Generals 0 Hour. Because here we have Command & Conquer 3, of course. Because Command & Conquer 3 was a different things that was not the same as the Command & Conquer Generals. And this was Command & Conquer Tiberian Wars. And this was the Kane's Wrath, which was the expansion. And that came in like a double box. That came in this cool double box. Like, because there was at one point that I just decided I'm just gonna get all the Command & Conquer games I'm missing. I have them all. And then of course we have Red Alert 3. Because with the other one, of course, that was Red Alert like 2 in this. There was like both the Red Alert games. And I put the manual. Yeah, hålla manuell. It's in here. Yeah, because it was Red Alert 2 and Red Alert 2 and expansion for that. So basically, so when I got this one, I decided when I got the Command & Conquer First Decade, I would also get the main ones. And this is the Red Alert 3. This was of course a cheaper one, like Valley Games. Red Alert 3. And of course the Command & Conquer 3 here, but also the finale on the Command & Conquer series. The one with the coolest front, Tiberian Twilight, with your boy Kane on the front. Yeah. Tiberian Twilight, yeah. So I need to put some of them back in again, just because because otherwise it's just gonna take forever to to put the stuff. It needs to be there we go. Do I need to go over all the games? So is the question. Well, let's go over the Unreal games next. Except Unreal 1, of course, because Unreal 1 I don't know what I have there. Just for that, but yeah. Those are all the Unreal. Yeah, and I already showed you Unreal Tournament 3. But here you have Unreal 2 first. I've already actually installed Unreal 2 again. The surprising thing with this game is from 2002. This is from 2002 and it's CD-ROM still. And it have, oops, and the disc comes loose. Of course it does. Of course it decided to come loose, but there's a play disc. And there's 2 install discs, but technically it's 3 install discs because you use the play disc at the end to install with, but yeah. Yeah, 2002. So start Windows 98, 2000, Me or XP and stuff that's, yeah. And of course Unreal 2 was a bit disappointing though, compared to like what Unreal 1 was and stuff that, like Unreal 2 was a bit disappointing. It did look really cool. Then of course we had Unreal Tournament 2003, so I'm guessing it has to be from 2003, so yeah. So the Legend Returns, this was actually the quote-unquote direct sequel. And this was 3 discs. This was basically the direct sequel to the original Unreal Tournament. So yeah. And this one was pretty cool, although by the end you had just a superior team that could pretty much beat any team in this one. And in this, of course, Malcolm was kind of the hero, so Malcolm was the final boss instead. Then you had, of course, Unreal Tournament 2004, the superior game in my opinion. 2004 was really fucking cool, because 2004 was though very crazy, because it was still 2004, still CDs, play disc, install CD1, install CD2, install CD3, install CD4, install CD5, and then you're thinking at that point, okay, like, it's more expensive to do all of these CDs than to do just one DVD. And why? was there so many PC gamers that used to refuse, like, I'm not gonna get a DVD player because I don't watch DVD movies. And then just people being used stupid, like CD-ROMs were not quick to load, they were never as quick as DVDs and stuff that, and then it's just like, but why? Like, why? And I can understand that maybe when the first Unreal Tournament came out, that maybe Epic Games was a lesser company, that it wasn't like super big yet and stuff that, so maybe they didn't have the money or whatever, but it still felt like really weird, like why? You know, like just why? You know, like it's really weird. So yeah, so the Unreal Tournament's there. I'm putting it back, you know, immediately. Now when I'm done, then we have some Max Payne. Max Payne in here. And it got like, what, 95%? Classic Max Payne on the back. And then of course, the fall of Max Payne. Which this one is also CD-ROM, but of course Max Payne was only on one CD-ROM, so it didn't matter. The disc was actually really fucking cool with how it was done. It totally looked like it could have been a movie. And of course it became a movie, but yeah. And of course 2 had 2 discs, no 3 discs. Installed 1 and installed 2. I forgot if I did notes in this game. I think I actually made notes in one game. I really like it when they made like notes in the back. But yeah. The Fall of Max Payne looked like really cool, so it's, oh yeah, the this detective hardball dead on arrival. Yeah, because Dead on Arrival is what you need to play. Because the cool thing is that both Max Payne 2 and Max Payne 1 had a whole auto adjusting difficulty in it when you played it through the first time. So sometimes it could scale up to the highest difficulty, which is Dead on Arrival, and you needed to beat Max Payne on Dead on Arrival to unlock the secret ending, which technically the secret ending in this is the canon ending, which leads into Max Payne 2, and Max Payne 2 has a secret ending, which, I mean, technically doesn't lead into Max Payne 3, which is, you know, a bit weird, but yeah. This came out 2003. This was, yeah. But yeah, and apparently they are gonna make remakes of both 1 and 2, seemingly. It's something that they're gonna be doing, so that's very cool. We have, of course, the Guild Wars. I really liked the whole first Guild Wars Factions online game with no fee, and then it even came with a card. And it had like 2 discs. English disc 1, English disc 2, attacks and spells. Attribute point allocation, how you play it. Here was the game card. Game activation card, basically pretty much you only need to use that code once. It had no real like instruction manual with it at all, except for like this little thing here. But yeah. Really cool though. Really nice artwork also as well. Which that is, I believe that's the ninja or like assassin like class. But you can of course combine abilities from different classes in Guild Wars, which made it really cool and stick out. And now let's take the Blizzard stuff here. It's the Blizzard stuff. Which, by the way, I did own these games before getting these versions of the games, but then I sold them to a friend so that a friend could get access to some Blizzard games. Because there are certain Blizzard games that I buy so many times, like Diablo 2, I bought like 3 times, I think. And StarCraft I bought twice. Except this StarCraft had like, didn't this have Brood War in it as well? Yeah, this one had Brood War in it, so I bought Brood War twice as well. I bought Warcraft 3 technically twice as well. So yeah. So we have Frozen Throne. The Frozen Throne. Walker 3 Reign of Chaos. Boy. And then we have some Diablo 2. Oh, GD2, and this one basically did not come with the. This one did not come with the load destruction, which is why I always kept the load destruction disc. And this one is the StarCraft, which comes with both original and Brood War. So yeah, lots of games. Lots of games. I'm gonna go over all of them, by the way, so don't you watch that. Doom. Yeah, let's go over the Dooms and Sid Meier's stuff while we're at it. So it's another city game. Sid Meier's Pirates. Haven't played this super much, actually, because I didn't have enough time when I got it, and it is a bit confusing to play, you know, and stuff that I would say Civilization is actually easier to get into than Sid Meier's Pirates and stuff that. But yeah, Doom 3, of course. Doom 3 box was just so fucking cool because this guy was kind of 3D, like kind of like yeah. And of course the superior game, the expansion, Resurrection of Evil, because this is where you get the true ending of Doom 3, and the fucking back was so fucking cool with the whole zombie and it being on fire. Everything true evil never dies. And of course it was one CD-ROM, I believe. Yeah, one CD-ROM. And yeah, pretty cool expansion also. Activision, by the way. I'm in ED and Activision, so yeah. Did they even go over the weapons in this one? Yeah, they did. The new weapon, so to speak, ionized plasma levitator, which is kind of like a gravity gun, double barrel shotgun, and the artifact. The double barrel shotgun is, you know, what you expect, but it just made so much for the double barrel shotgun to be in this, which it was not in this. So yeah, which is what makes this worth playing, because of the double barrel shotgun, because even against the big dudes, these guys, the Chaos Knights, or Hell Knights, I believe they're called, or something like that. Against them, like even the double barrel shotgun really is good, you know, stuff like that, which is good surprising. So alright, Tories, squeeze them in. Oh, squeeze them inside my ass. Oh, we got this much. Oops. How could it? Oh, that is frustrating when that happens. Really frustrating when it happens. Sometimes you have to move like certain packs forward or whatever it is. Sometimes, you know. We're probably gonna need to move this up here, like further up. Move these boxes here further up, so that the big boxes are not in the way at the same kind of spot to go. And then we should be able to fit this here. I think, yes, there we go. Now we can more easily fit it. I did show you those, okay. So now we take a bunch here. I'll take a bunch more. Yeah, oh man. My back. Did I show Civilization, by the way? I think I did. But I didn't show Civilization, but yeah, because I did show Company of Heroes as well, so yeah. So here we got an old classic, Operation Flashpoint. This game was pretty fucking poggers, because this game was real realistic, and the editor was really cool. I got really good at the editor, by the way, and you could like make things happen. You could put triggers on the map, you could put like out enemies and stuff that, and be like, okay, you have to sneak in here, go there, do that. Here you have the Fallout 1 and 2 double pack. This old classic game, This game was so fucking cool. It would have been cool though if there would have been like a way to like register this and get like a figure, like get like a cool painted like Fire Warrior figure with this. Would have been cool. But yeah, a Warhammer 40k Fire Warrior where you play as a Tau, which is cool. Then a game with a really thick instruction manual, because of course it's a RPG and it's Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Yeah, boy. So lots of goodies. That's good games. I'm just gonna slide the share because now I'm super Omega PC Mulan edition. Okay, now take out all of these, and then there's one game that you know I thought that I got rid of, but I did apparently not get rid of. That is the original Morrowind, and maybe this is the one whose disc I should try and be using, you know, and stuff that, because maybe the other one is missing something or whatever. Because yeah, this is my original Morrowind here, where you have the English and the TTS sets. You can see here the original box art, and not like that later version. And maybe that's just the thing, that later version was maybe not as good. And here you had a map basically for Morrowind, and the amazing instruction manual. Introduction to Morrowind, installing the game, starting the game, the game screen, using menus, inventory menu, creating all character races, Argonian, Breton, Dark Elf, High Elf, Imperial, Khajiit, Nord, Orc, Red God, and Wood Elf. And then attributes, they go over the attributes, they go over the derived attributes, they go over the combat arts, the magic arts, the stealth arts, they go over the classes, specialization, major skills, and minor skills, mission language skills, combat specialized classes, warriors, barbarians, crusaders, knights, scouts, archers, rogues, magic specialized classes, mages, sorcerers, healers, battle mages, witch hunters, spellsword, nightblades, stealth specialized classes, thieves, agents, assassins, acrobats, monks, pilgrims, bards. And then the bird signs, the apprentice, the atronach, the lady, the lord, the lover, the mage, the ritual, the serpent, the shadow, the steed, the thief, the tower, and the warrior. The bald. And then they even go with opens here. So dagger, tanto, short sword, wakizashi, broadsword, longsword, katana, saber, claymore, daikatana, club, staff, mace, warhammer, war axe, battle axe, spear, halberd, bow, crossbow, darts, stars, and knives. Armor, cuirass, helmet, pauldron, gauntlets, bracers, greaves, boots, shield. And then of course to go over the magic, School of Conjuration, School of Illusion, School of Destruction, School of Restoration, School of Mysticism, School of Alteration. And of course there are ways to like break the game, generally by making spells. Like you can make a spell that improves an attribute, but then you can just cast it on the ground, and then you can basically make it just target yourself, and then you permanently increase that, so that you can permanently like increase like your speed. But if you increase it too much, like you will be able to like jump, but then like die from the landing. Unless of course you craft a spell that of course also allows you to have. And here of course we have Mafia 1. The main problem is I was only able to play through this once because one of the installed discs got kind of fucked up. Because I really hated this when the discs were stacked upon each other, because then they could like break and stuff. That there's a Mafia. Mafia was of course one of the highest rated games when it came out. And here you have an old classic that was on several discs as well. Disc A and Disc B, but this was not because of the install. This was actually because of how long the game was. Grim Fandango, the original, yeah. So when I had it on the PS4, of course, when it came for free or whatever it was, but yeah. I don't remember where I put the music disc of this game, of No One Lives Forever. I never played the sequel though, for whatever reason, I don't know why. I never managed to find it in the stores. Grand Theft Auto 3, boom. It only was one disc though, so we'll play an install disc. This is a good way to separate it. Them guns, bro. And Grand Theft Auto 3, of course, had the local gangs, the Leone, Triads, Yakuza, Diablos, Southside Hoods, Colombian Cartel, and the Yardis. And then you had characters and stuff that, and yeah, so... Oh wow, I did write up a bunch of notes here. Good cars. Okay, this was... What year was this again? 2002. Okay, so this is what I thought were good cars. Okay, Banshee, Yakuza Stinger, Asparatra, Taxi Car, Police Car, FBI Car, Codes, Guns, All Weapons, Getsund Height, Full Health, No Police, Lose or Want the Devil, Shitty, or Shitty what would see, Shitty BB, Fly Car, Corner Slack Mad, Press Shift to Jump, Turtoise Full Armor, Tricks, Get a Fast Car, Drive near the Braid Edge, then type in the Fly Car and jump, go to fly to another area. Of course there are other ways in you can just glitch into the subway station in the beginning of the game, and you can just go to the other areas and by doing that. So yeah. And of course you can add a map here. Of the game and stuff, but yeah, Grand Theft Auto 3 was of course quite incredible. But of course I kind of prefer San Andreas, you know. Alright, so yeah, so those are those games. And that means we're done with that section, and now there's only like, because we did cover all of these, right? All of the DVD ones we did cover. So now there's only a few left. I'm gonna do eventually a video also over the PlayStation games, but that video is probably gonna have to take way longer. I'm not showing you both of the sport things because I got the creator there on individual discs, but yeah. So yeah. I know that it turns off here, but it only turns off the headphones, it doesn't turn off the microphone. So yeah, which is why you should always have like music in the background. And here you have, oh, there's the game card, but that's used for activation, right? Yeah. Game activation card, Ion. With Sally, because back then I had the same password for both Ion and World of Warcraft, and that's why I lost my old World of Warcraft account, but yeah. And stuff that which was really bad. And stuff that, but it was also because of the way the email system worked back then. Like if you took a vacation, for example, and you had an email, like a Microsoft email, then you like lost your email. You lost access to your email if you didn't like log in with it often enough or whatever. And then I went on a long vacation at one point and I couldn't enter my email anymore, so I had no way to like recover my account and stuff because I couldn't log in on my email and stuff that, because I had that tied to the account. And then of course when I noticed that my password was changed, or I forgot the password, or the password was changed, which by the way it's most likely that it was the latter. And then because of course losing the Ion account and I had the same password and for both Ion and World of Warcraft, so that means that I lost as well. Here we have Rift. Rift was of course really good, and Rift did not have a game activation card. It did have a pretty cool map though. A really gigantic map, by the way. And it can also work as a poster if I remember correctly here. Is it a poster also? Yeah, kinda. So yeah, that is pretty cool. Rift instruction manual. And Rift, of course, I managed to get a max level 2. And the max level is the one character that I call Tongue Slip and stuff, that's yeah. So Rift was really pretty cool. I don't know if there's still people playing that though, but yeah. I mean, Rift also had really, really nice box art. This box art was really, really nice. I mean, Rift had some good ideas in it, definitely. There are of course the Guild Wars 2 stuff and other PC games I have in the place over there in the thing where I have also my Warhammer stuff. This game I did not buy. This game I traded for like another game. I sold the game to someone and he gave me this in return, the Perimeter. I don't super like this, but it is pretty cool for a sci-fi game. It's something a bit different. Here we have Spore. Spore was kind of disappointing. Was fun maybe through a few times, but yeah. Then we have Warhammer Age of Reckoning. So yeah, so I've had quite a few MMOs throughout the years and stuff like that. And of course we have Half-Life 2 in its silly gloriness. And of course you could also play Counter-Strike with it as well, but like CS Source and stuff like that, so yeah. Pretty cool, but yeah. Warhammer Online. Now apparently they did shut down the service, but there are apparently projects that you can play, basically, that has the stuff, but yeah. So Warhammer Age of Reckoning, Rift, Ion, the Age of Conan game, World of Warcraft of course, but also like Ultima Online. Before that, like Ultima Online I got for free, either with some sort of gaming magazine, or it was because sometimes when you got graphic cards, you sometimes got like stuff like, oh, you can get blah 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 or whatever, you know. Or there's one game I have left. Save the best for last. The best game, and the reason why I got the sequel and I got the special Lawful Good ring. You can already see what it is. Neverwinter Nights bread. Neverwinter Nights. It was my first Dungeons and Dragons style game. And this is of course the map. It's a map. It's a map. Very cool map. And of course the game was really good. I believe I could actually get it to work again. The sad part is that Guild Wars 2 is just so much more annoying to get to work properly and stuff like that. So here we had CD1, CD2 and CD3. I think you used all the discs because I think the game was actually split up and you actually had to use the different discs at certain points, but yeah. And then you had a super omega thick manual because there was just so much stuff. Introduction, welcome to Neverwinter Nights, included in this manual. The story so far, the game, but this was one of those instruction manuals that had a problem. Certain old instruction manuals were done in a very cheap way, where all the pages were just glued together and then they weren't even book bound. Which, you know, you can bind books, and that is an art form that's like super important, because otherwise, like, certain instruction manuals just broke down. Like the Olundra instruction manual was absolute shit, and it's really annoying when you have certain games and then you just have a super shitty instruction manual and stuff like that, which is not very fun at all. But yeah. And of course the game didn't look super good, but it didn't need to either, you know. And in my opinion, Neverwinter Nights is better than Neverwinter Nights 2. It's better than Divinity Original Sin, because if you don't understand why Divinity Original Sin is great, it's kind of with the same kind of system. It's kind of like that Dragon style system, but this is just so good. Set within the Forgotten Realm Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition, by the way. Which yeah, because like attack of opportunity and stuff that like kind of comes from Dungeons and Dragons and stuff that, where like if you try and move out of close combat, then you know you're gonna get effed up, man. You're gonna get effed up. So I think that's all of it. That's probably all of it then. Yes, that's all of it. we go. That should be all of it. Yeah, you do get some workout when you do this actually. When you move those around, because those are super heavy, because they're like loaded to the brim with games and then have the games like stacked on top of each other. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy. So yeah, but yeah, that is. So those are all of the PC games there. Of course, I do have a bounce in here as well. I cannot get them out currently. I know I can see Guild Wars 2 in there, I can see StarCraft 2, Diablo 3, Sims 4, you have to of course Lord of Destruction, and stuff like that, yeah. But pretty cool, so yeah. I just thought I would show you, man, it got really dusty here on the thing. But sometimes it gets like scratched up on the mouse pad, but that's not actually dust or whatever, but yeah. I did, by the way, design a new thumbnail, kinda. I did like a Link to the Past thumbnail that I did. Super Nintendo Entertainment Ships, The Legend of the Gods, Triforce of the Gods by Xenoxis, but then I also spelled Xenoxis in Japanese. Xenoxis looks the same in Japanese, but the by has like different letters to it, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah. And of course I made a big background, because the reason why I wanted to make a big background is because on my other wallpaper, when I was using the Resident Evil one that I made, the Resident Evil meets Among Us kind of background, when I made that background, I chose to put the icons on my desktop. I put them where the background wasn't. So that was pretty cool, and with this one, the background is kind of in a certain spot, so then I can put the icons where the background isn't, you know, so it looks like really nice and stuff like that, but yeah. So yeah, I'm eventually gonna do a video also with all of the PlayStation games and stuff like that, but as I said, when I do that, I will probably need to divide it into several parts. I have uploaded, of course, the Chrono Trigger video webcam thing, but I also need to upload apparently one from 21st of March where I did talk about a bit about Final Fantasy X and stuff like that. I need to do that. And then I got some old webcams that I still need to upload. And the best thing is, if I upload all those webcams, the webcam folder is pretty big, so that should save me a bunch of file space, so to speak. And yeah, and yeah, and I've gotten more of the endings now in Chrono Trigger. It actually took a really long time to defeat that boss, so I don't know if I just calculated it wrong or if the boss had me way down thought. Because the final time that I had at the end when I saved, because you actually get to save after the final boss, after you get the ending and stuff like that, and then it's at like 3 hours 30 minutes. But keep in mind, of course, that it just stops. It stops basically once you get into the ending, into the dev ending. You actually get to control during that ending, so the whole speed up doesn't do anything. So I don't know how long, because I AFK'd for a really long time, so I don't know if it got done after 2 hours 30 minutes or after 3 hours, or how long it took, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah. So yeah. But yeah, and yeah. So the PlayStation ones are gonna be interesting to check in eventually. I will probably need to do the PlayStation 2 games first, I think, because those are less PS2 games than are PS1 games, but yeah. And certain games I'm not really gonna open, like the Motor2 Grand Prix, because yeah, I did lose the front of it, or the front, use the piece of, you know, the thing, the front art, but the instruction manual has the same art on it anyway, so yeah. But yeah, so I hope you will enjoy this. This one where I will actually start uploading today and stuff like that, because it shouldn't take too long, of course. And yeah, so the next one I'm going to be doing is, of course, probably either I'm going to do a video talking about the new expansion, which they're going to show off today at 1800, or I'm going to, you know, make the next one about the PS2 games, some of them at least. because I did stole a bunch of my PS2 games as well. Then of course on the PS3 sadly I don't have my entire huge collection anymore because I gave them away to my sister. Now I don't know if they sold the games, which I hope that they did, or they didn't, because the most stupidest thing you could do in this city at least is against, because I know a friend who sold his Super Nintendo and all of his games just to get a Nintendo 64 for whatever stupid reason, and then it's just that a lot of places paid nothing for your Super Nintendo games, and then it's just like the prices that those places take or give you for the games is just fucking retarded and ridiculous. Just because, wow, the value of those games, like you know, nowadays if you would sell those games you could have made like so much money and stuff that, so that is, you know, a bit, it feels a bit bad about when people do that, you know, and stuff that, so yeah. I'm not saying that PS3 games will get worth a lot, but maybe I should try and get my PS3 games back, you know, if they still have them, you know, and stuff, so yeah. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy this. This has been, by the way, the 19th of April 2022, and I'll see you all